Today we're going to take a look at the FFA, specifically focusing in on the history, the benefits, and the mission of the program. As sixth graders, this is some of your first interactions and introductions to the FFA. So pay close attention so you can understand the history and how it's shaped the program into what it is today. The FFA began through a series of acts and key individuals that pushed the program forward, which began in 1917 with the passage of the Smith-Hughes Act. This act created agricultural classes across the United States, and specifically in Georgia. We have a connection with this act because both Smith and Hughes were congressmen of Georgia, and together they worked together along with a couple other key individuals to create this act. The actual name of the legislation, however, was known as the National Vocational Education Act, but most commonly referred to as the Smith-Hughes Act. Henry Grosclose is known as the father of the FFA, and he's known for this because he was an ag teacher in Virginia, and he began the first club for students interested in agriculture, which was known as the Future Farmers of Virginia Club. He created this club for his students to get them more exposure in agriculture and give them more hands-on experiential type learning for them. But what he didn't know is that this would later be the initiator for an even bigger club, of which at the time there's no possible way he would have known just how big it would end up being. This club got its foundation in 1928. Founded in Kansas City, Missouri, the Future Farmers of America was founded based upon the ideals of the Future Farmers of Virginia Club that Henry Grosclose had started. The FFA had very humble beginnings and has grown substantially over the years with programs in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands, and has a total membership of over 600,000 FFA members. These key individuals that had a hand in starting the Future Farmers of America could not have imagined how big it would be. But because of their collective efforts now, so many individuals get to enjoy the educational experience that the FFA provides, and also the resume development and scholarship opportunity that it provides to their futures far beyond their secondary education. At the time of its foundation, dues were 10 cents, and now that varies from state to state. And in Georgia, the state dues are $11, and our local dues are $4 for a combination of $15 for FFA membership here within our county. And so that gives you kind of an idea of the changes of inflation and the changes of money as it relates back to 1928. The official colors of the FFA are national blue and corn gold. And I always like to stop here to explain that those colors have a much deeper symbolic meaning. National blue represents our nation's flag, and it represents the unity that we share among the entire country, and that as an FFA member, you're part of something that's much larger than yourself. And then corn gold. Corn is the only crop that can be grown in all 50 states, which includes Hawaii, Alaska, Florida, Maine, and all the states in between. And this is the linkage between all 50 states agriculturally. It serves as a common ground where we all have a very similar situation agriculturally, being that we can all grow corn. And so these two colors represent the organization and what it stands for, and have for many, many years. The FFA mission is to make a positive difference in the lives of students by developing their potential for three key factors: premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. Specifically meaning that as an FFA member, you're going to develop leadership skills. And these leadership skills are going to help you grow as a person, going to help you develop, going to help you become more confident, a better speaker, a more well-rounded individual. And then these two things together are going to lead to a successful career, a career that you can enjoy each day, a career that whether you want to go to a technical school or a four-year or university type schooling, the FFA is going to set you up for those kinds of educational opportunities to allow you to have a career that you can be proud of and enjoy far beyond your secondary education. The FFA motto. Every organization or business has a motto. We know this from commercials that we see, slogans that we know from major companies. The FFA motto is 4 simple lines. Learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. Specifically meaning that in the FFA you learn how to do things, just like you learn in every class. But then in the FFA, you get to take that a step further. You actually go out and do that thing so that you can learn it better. You get to experience through hands-on interactions how that knowledge is applied in a real-world setting. And that helps you to learn it better. And then you will obtain that career success that we talked about in the mission that will help you to earn a living, to get a career that you enjoy, to find success beyond your secondary education, and so that you can earn a living for you and your family. And then ultimately, living to serve, serving your community, serving your family, serving your faith, or anything that you commit your life to. But learning to live a life of service that you can make the world a better place. And together, these 4 lines shape the essence of the FFA and what it means, and the experiences and life-changing events that will happen for you through the program. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the FFA emblem. FFA emblem is one of the most recognizable youth leadership symbols in the entire country. But each piece of the emblem has a very specific meaning and a very specific purpose for its development that links the entire country and all of our over 600,000 members together. The first piece is the cross-section of an ear of corn, and this represents unity. As we mentioned earlier with the official colors, corn is the only crop that can be grown in all 50 states, and therefore it links us agriculturally. It serves as the foundation of the emblem because it serves as that piece that unifies all members agriculturally across the entire country and allows people to understand that even though there are differences, there's always a common ground that links us back together. The eagle represents national pride and freedom and sits atop the emblem. The eagle is a constant reminder of the freedom that we have, but more importantly, the sacrifices that were made to ensure that freedom. It rests at the top of the emblem because it symbolizes the fact that without that, we don't have anything else. Without the freedom and the pride that we have in our country, there is no education. There is no opportunity for development and growth. There is no opportunity for leadership. So the eagle serves as that reminder and protector of that right for us. The rising sun represents progress. Each day the sun goes up and the sun goes down. Represents a new day in our lives and a new day in the development of our country. It represents progress. Many changes have occurred, both agriculturally and otherwise. And so many changes have occurred, even over the past 100 years. Life looks completely different. Each new day symbolizes the progression that we make, both in agriculture and in life, and demonstrates to us that we are making advancements in technology, in food systems, in our growing strategies, in science, that will advance our country, but more importantly, help us to feed the growing population of the future. The plow represents labor and tillage of the soil. And symbolically, this means that you have to work hard to accomplish your goals in life. Any great task is not completed easily. requires hard work and dedication. And the plow used to represent that hard work. Using a plow in a field, that was hard work. And this allows us to understand that in order for us to find success and in order for us to accomplish our goals, we got to be willing to do that work. When plows were used to till the soil, the farmer was working hard, but in their mind they knew that hard work would turn into the growth of their crop, the money that they would make, of their living. So they worked hard to accomplish those goals, and we should do the same within our lives. The owl represents knowledge and wisdom, and it sits atop the plow because it has a direct link back to the plow, in that when you're working hard, you also need to be smart. You need to use the knowledge and wisdom that you have, that you've learned both in your agricultural courses and otherwise, to help you accomplish those goals. To use the strategies that you've learned, to use the skills that you've learned, to find the success that you're searching for, and to accomplish those goals that you've set forth for your life. And then finally, to complete the emblem, we add the words, symbolizing that FFA is an integrated component of agricultural education, meaning that FFA is intercurricular. It is not an extracurricular organization. It is very much a part of the classroom. It's a part of what we do each day. FFA takes what students learn in the classroom and allows them the opportunity to apply them in real-world experiences, showing them the relevance while also providing rigor, to allow them to understand that there is a real application for what you're learning in your math class. There is a real application for the science principles and the scientific methods that you're learning in science class. And there's an application for the things that we learn in agricultural education. FFA, agricultural education, work hand in hand to give students a total experiences that's well-rounded and allows them to apply the skills that they've learned so that they can be successful beyond their high school years. And finally, we'll conclude today with a discussion about the three components of ag education. We've talked a little bit about each one of these, but they're connected and demonstrated here in this three-ring model. The classroom and laboratory experiences are the things that we do within the classroom. Learning about the plants, learning about plant systems and functions, learning about the livestock industry, reproductive systems and science, and experiencing those things both in class and in a laboratory setting like the greenhouse or otherwise, that allow students to build that knowledge base and skills that they need. And then you have FFA experience, which allows students to take the knowledge that they've learned in the classroom and apply it in a real-world situation. Experiential learning, helping them to use the knowledge that they have to apply in a real way and develop leadership skills, to put their knowledge to the test against other students. And then finally, you have your SAE project, which is your supervised agricultural experience. This allows students to take what they've learned in the classroom and apply it in a real-world situation. If you're interested in nursery landscape, maybe you go out and work with someone in that industry. If you're interested in veterinary science, maybe you shadow a veterinarian for a period of time. Or maybe you're interested in starting your own business where you produce and sell things, or start your own landscaping company. These are all options that students can do for their projects that allow them to go out and get a little bit of experience of what it's really like. Because we've learned about it in the classroom. We've demonstrated some of the skills through the FFA program, but now it's time to go out and actually have those experiences to get a better understanding of what you're going to be doing if you enter that career. It allows someone to get career exploration. In other words, they can go out and see what veterinarians do day to day before they decide that that's the career for them, before they go through all the education required for those degrees. So the three-program classroom, FFA, SAE, the integrated nature of those three allows students to get an experience that is unlike any other, that allows them to take concepts and apply them in various ways so that they can truly understand what they're learning. The total program provides relevance and rigor and direct connection with the academic courses taught within the school. It allows students to understand the application of math and science in an agricultural way. It allows them to understand that science principles and mathematics apply to many other things other than homework from a math class or homework from a science class. FFA is application. SAE is application. And is application of the things that you learn in the ag classroom. So these three components work together to provide you with the overall experience of agricultural education.